I am Sanjeev Yadav, Director Authentication from UIDAI. So it's a privilege to be here. I'll be sharing my thoughts about Aadhaar and latest development, what we are doing in UIDAI for well implementation of Aadhaar. Yeah, can we have the deck, please? So I would like to proudly announce here that recently UIDAI face authentication has been awarded by PM for award in excellence in innovation category. Thank you. Next. So before Aadhaar has come into existence, the biggest problem what we were facing that there was no universal ID in India. There were some IDs which were state specific. There were some IDs which were specific to a class like passport. There were some IDs which were for age, PAN, voter ID, driving license above 18, or maybe some isolated IDs for pension. Some IDs were specific to state. And biggest issue with this was that there was no verifiability of these IDs. And once Aadhaar has come, it has changed entire spectrum. Now we have got an ID which is universal for a newborn child up to an aged person. There is an ID which has got verifiability across length and breadth. So Aadhaar is an important part of Indian stack. So as Indian stack has developed, you will find that every stack and DPI which have been made, it is being based on Aadhaar. Now, when we are making Aadhaar, we are capturing minimal attributes. This is few demographic attributes, your name, gender, date of birth, address. We do not capture your citizenship. We do not capture your caste. We do not capture your family address. We do not capture your religion, nothing. It is minimal attributes which are being captured. But important thing is that we are capturing biometrics, which makes it a unique biometric digital identity. Your 10 fingers, face, iris. This make you a unique individual, and this is how it has got verifiability and trust that Aadhaar which is issued, it is issued to a person who is unique. Now, there are other IDs, over a period of time, they have become alias of Aadhaar. PAN, alias of Aadhaar. Driving license, alias of Aadhaar. APAR ID, alias of Aadhaar. In days to come, voter ID, this EPIC, alias of Aadhaar. ABHA, alias of Aadhaar. So every ID is alias of Aadhaar. Now, whenever new Aadhaar is made, these biometric attributes are matched with entire library. Now, for example, if I go for new enrollment, so my biometrics are captured, this is matched with entire library. And once uniqueness is established, then only Aadhaar is issued. Otherwise, the journey stops there only. Aadhaar will not be issued. And Aadhaar, there is no profilability. It does not have any profile into this. If 4 members of a family go for making of Aadhaar, they will not receive Aadhaar in sequence. Because this is based on algorithm. We are purpose blind. Whenever authentication is done, we do not know for what purpose it is done. For example, you go to bank, and at the bank you may carry out multiple transactions. You can go for opening of account, opening of an FD, taking loan, eKYC, anything. All we know is that yes, authentication has been done, but we do not know for what purpose you have done. So we are purpose blind that way. And like I mentioned, we are capturing minimum attributes. So hence, we are not carrying out any profiling. Now, once Aadhaar has been made, now comes the interesting part. It is authentication, and this is what my primary charter is. I'm Director Authentication and Verification. Now, like I mentioned that when we are making Aadhaar, we are capturing biometric and demographic attribute. Same attributes are used for authentication also. And for Aadhaar will always be primary identifier. Hence, it is 1:1 match. It is never 1:n match. Some people have got misconception that if I give my name and Aadhaar will verify me, sorry, I need your Aadhaar number first. Once I get your Aadhaar number, then only verifiability can be established. Along with this, I can give any of the attribute. I can give biometric attribute, face, finger, iris, or combination of these. I can give demographic attributes or demographic biometric. I mean, it is opening the world for you. Based on your scheme, you can implement the way you wanted to use Aadhaar. One of the important part of Aadhaar authentication is eKYC. So in eKYC, we give you multiple data. That means it is based on biometric and OTP only. So we give photograph, name, gender, date of birth, address. So a lot of companies are grappling with the issue of BGV, of employees or people they hire. Now, once you come on Aadhaar authentication, your this issue is taken care of because you are receiving all the data from source of truth. There are multiple objectives after once we implement Aadhaar, either by government or by private sector, plugging leakages. It lowers the cost of acquisition. It saves time. Erstwhile, like for opening a bank account, we all know that it used to take around week to 10 days. We used to walk up to the bank, take form, fill the form, deposit the form. A verifier will come to your home, verify that yes, this is the address. Now it is just matter of few minutes. And in our further journey, I will walk you through that. A lot of banks have already implemented face authentication, in which they are able to open bank accounts just in 5 minutes. Just imagine, in 5 minutes, bank account is opened. Now, if you look at journey of Aadhaar, since inception, we have done more than 15,000 crore authentication transactions. In one day, we are doing 9 crore plus transactions. I mean, it's a huge number. And when I said doing transactions, these are live transactions happening online, and every transaction from source of capture, it is going up to UIDAI data center and response is coming. No other country have been able to replicate this system. We can proudly claim what we have created. Bulk of these transactions are taking place through biometric means. Currently, face is fast catching up. Since launch, face is almost increasing at the rate of 500%. Now, if we look how Aadhaar has helped the government. Erstwhile, if you recall, there was a time when government was grappling with the problem that when DBT schemes were launched, they were not going to the rightful person. There were huge leakages. People were devoid of their rightful benefits. But now, Aadhaar is your bank address, and with Aadhaar, government releases your benefit, your dues, it directly goes to your bank account. Nothing is required. Just with one Aadhaar, it goes to your bank account directly. So, no leakages, no middleman, nothing. And government has, in past about 12 years or so, government had disbursed approximately 43.49 lakh crore rupees in subsidies and benefits. And we have been able to save more than 3 lakh 50,000 crore. This has been saving to the government because it eradicates fictitious beneficiaries, it carries out deduplication. So this is how scheme after scheme now government has been launching it on Aadhaar authentication. Now currently all flagship schemes of the government are on Aadhaar authentication, whether it is pension sector, health sector, education sector, scholarships, social security benefits, you name it. Everything is on Aadhaar authentication. Face authentication, which I proudly claimed in beginning of our presentation, which have been given the best award of excellence by Honorable PM. This is an in-house developed product, which is AI/ML enabled. It eradicates the requirement of additional devices. It checks liveness at the capture, that is at the device itself. It help face auth RD application is given by UIDAI, so you don't have to develop an additional application into this. It helps you capture geographical location. So for your use case, now for example, agent has been tasked to go to a particular place. Now there you can ask the agent to mark his attendance. So when the agent is marking his attendance, firstly it is ensured that yes, he has gone to that particular place, and you can capture geographical location of the agent also. So this is how this increases your business. It facilitates in business also. This is available both on Android as well as on iOS, and it is proofed against any kind of spoofing attack, replay attacks, or presentation attacks. Now, currently for face authentication, approximately 105 entities are already using it, and bulk of these are from financial domain. Now, today, if you go and purchase the same, all for telecom companies, they have implemented face authentication. That agent erstwhile, he used to come with some device and all that. Now he's just coming with his mobile. That is all. And with this mobile, he is giving you same just within 5 minutes. Recently, for ease of doing business, we have launched SWIC portal. We have also amended our guidelines. Erstwhile, other than government entities, that is, private entities were devoid of use of Aadhaar authentication. But now, private entities can also use Aadhaar authentication. You can find your use case and you can make an application to the authority, and based on this, you can start using Aadhaar authentication. The URL is given here. This is swic.mighty.gov.in. Application is made online. So this gives you traceability where your application is currently, just to speed up the process and bring transparency. Process is very simple. It will be two-stage process in which first it is approval of the purpose. Second is approval for use of Aadhaar authentication. Now come the interesting part why we are here. Aadhaar in BFSI sector. So if you look at kaleidoscope of Aadhaar in BFSI sector, so you can see almost every sector is deeply touched with Aadhaar authentication, whether it is RBI regulated entities, PFRDA, IRDA, or SEBI regulated entities, everyone is using Aadhaar authentication. NBFCs are the major, banks and NBFCs currently are major users, but insurance sector is fast catching up into this. And with opening of Aadhaar authentication for private entities, erstwhile account aggregators, they were devoid of this. Their fintech service provider, they were devoid of this. Now they can also come and start using Aadhaar authentication. If you look at volume wise, BFSI sector is contributing more than 35%. I mean, it's a huge number when it comes to, because I mentioned like in a day we are doing 9 crore transactions. So in a month, it is approximately touching 300 crore transactions. So if you look at this figure, I mean, it's a huge number which BFSI sector is currently doing on Aadhaar in Aadhaar domain. Primarily, it is fingerprint authentication, which is because of APS ecosystem, but a lot of entities have already migrated on face authentication. And in times to come, you'll find that this figure will be little reverse. It will be more of face and less of finger. eKYC Setu is a new platform which was launched by UIDAI along with NPCI and Department of Revenue. Erstwhile, there was a lengthy route for regulated entities other than banks for coming on board for use of Aadhaar authentication, in which they have to make an application to their regulator. Regulator will send to UIDAI. UIDAI will process and send it to DOR. DOR will issue notification and then they will come. But now, all you have to do is just come, make an application to NPCI and you are onboarded. It is as simple. APS, it is a beautiful system which is providing last mile banking connectivity. So it is being provided both on fingerprint and now on face authentication, in which agent by his own personal mobile or a tablet provided by the bank, they can give APS facility in which you can do withdrawal, you can check your balances, transfers, account statement, all these business transactions can be done. And this is enabled through Aadhaar authentication. Only Aadhaar number is required. That is all. UPI, again on Aadhaar authentication. This is what I was mentioning, that with amendment of our rules, erstwhile there was a sector which was out of Aadhaar domain. Now you can see your use case and you can make an application and you can start using Aadhaar authentication. Jam Trinity, we all are aware, simple mobile number, Aadhaar number, and Jandhan account. And this has changed lives of millions of people across the country, millions of people, just with a simple Trinity. Uh, the bankers here will agree with me that they have got a process called as VSIP. It's very, very bulky process in which you require an agent sitting behind the desk. He sets up a call with the customer, and then he asks the customer to show his some identities. Then they capture these identities, they prove them. I mean, it's a bulky thing. It is replaceable by simple face authentication. You don't require any agent sitting behind the desk. All you have to do is just give him access to the application, or he can download that application, authenticate himself on his personal mobile through face authentication. It's done. It's done. It is as simple. You must have seen if your parents are pensioner, so currently they are using Jeevan Praman. Erstwhile, they would have to walk up to some camp, bank, or pension disbursement agency to give a proof that yes, we are alive, please continue our pension. Now, sitting at comfort of the home, just by a simple application doing face authentication, your digital life certificate is generated. It's as simple, just within few seconds. So this is how Aadhaar has been changing the way benefits are given. Now with this face authentication, we can have fully digital account opening, we can have CASA onboarding, and APS, like I mentioned, is already been given. And fraud management enhancement can also be done by use of face authentication. This facilitates into inclusive banking, logistic efficiency is taken care of. You don't require someone to be walking up to some place or presence of a person at some particular time. A person with his convenience can do Aadhaar authentication at home or at any touch point. It has got enhanced security and it has got seamless experience and higher adoption. UIDAI has recently launched Sandbox. So in this Sandbox, we invite you all to come. If you have got an application, we are giving you a platform. Please come and test your application. We are biggest repository of biometric digital identity in this world. We have got a stack with us. We are because this was a requirement from industry that they have got product but they could not test it. This is an opportunity. There is a sandbox. Please come and test your application. All you have to do is just create a login at the site which is given. Start using it. Another product which is to be launched is verifiable credential. So Aadhaar once conceived was a biometric digital identity. It was not supposed to be a physical identity. We all have been carrying Aadhaar card into our pocket. It is not meant to be carried ever into our pockets. We are launching a simple application which is currently in beta stage but will be launched very soon, in which your mobile through your mobile you will be able to do all eKYC or verification, and it gives you greater flexibility of controlling your data. For a data fiduciary, you can always control that you wanted to give only your name, photograph, whichever parameters you wanted to give. It will also facilitate into age gating. Now, for example, if I go to a place where their requirement is that the person who is entering into premises should be 18 plus, that is all. I need not tell you that I am 45, I am 30, I am below 18, whatever. There is age gating application which will be facilitated through verifiable credential. Just it will give you a flag. It is above 18, below 18. That is all. So this is how we'll be changing the way Aadhaar is being used. There are some new initiatives which we have taken. It is we are expanding use cases. Some of these we have already seen. We are integrating this with advanced technologies. We are forging strategic partnership. If you have some product, please come discuss with us. Together, we will co-develop this product. We are scaling Aadhaar services. There is a structured implementation in various services and sectors. And like I mentioned, it is collaborative development. So recently, some of you, those who have attended other Aadhaar Samvad event in the January at Mumbai, so there again, we have spoken in length about this collaborative development. So come on board Aadhaar, we'll co-create and we do collaborative development. Thank you. That's all from my side.